Hello world, WayofTime here bringing to you another episode of Minecraft Invasion. So, I have news. It's very, very sad news indeed. Okay, that doesn't exist. What I was trying to say was, I managed to find wolf boot pelts enough. I found enough that... Okay, apparently... I thought I had everything. Okay, I do have everything, though. Basically, this has been a quest that has essentially got me gosh darn annoyed at everything in life. And it is about bloody time that I make these boots so that I can at least figure out what all of the dang fuss is about. Because... I remember in like season 3 that people kept on saying, "Hey, Way, you need to make these boots. They are so awesome." Well, I could never get all the wolf boot pelts that I needed. So now I can jump pretty freaking high and I can sprint very fast. And it doesn't seem like I get a lot of damage. It's 3 armor toughness and 2 armor. That is a lot better than this in terms of armor damage. 143 durability, however, so I am going to have to be careful because these are going to eventually break, and it's not going to be exactly the most fun times in the world when that happens. So I think that does give us a quest unlocked, which gives us hot dog, tomato seeds, or mustards. It gives all 3 apparently. Oh my goodness. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but at least it gives me something instead. So I replaced all the empty areas with the quite clear glass because I didn't need the other stuff immediately. This is going to really get to me, by the way. It's gonna take a while for me to realize, hey, I'm Speedy Gonzalez, and then I'm gonna crash and burn and go explode everywhere, which is going to obviously be what everybody is hoping for. But anyways, let us continue onwards with our magical journey of joy and joyness. Wow, this would have been very helpful. So apparently the lava pump does work, but it has the most silly search pattern ever devised by mortal men, and it just decides to go herp-a-derp-a-derp. I'm gonna make life very difficult for Way and make it so that he is not able to focus on anything whatsoever, which apparently is very infectious because I can't focus right now, and let us actually try to do things. So what we're going to do today is make a few more of these, so I'm gonna need to automate some of that. Well, that's what we're going to do. We are going to try to automate things. We're not going to automate the canola right now because that's going to be a while away, but at least on that note, I'm going to look at the garden cloche, or I think that's how you pronounce it. This thing right here, because I have been told that it is going to be what I want to eventually do in order to automate the production of all the canola that I ever hope to dream about. So let's throw some of that in there. Don't have any extra. Let's just throw that there. So we got that. And we're going to need to make the iron plates. A few more iron plates apparently. Do I have any extra? No, I don't. This is why I wanted these, so that I didn't continually run into these problems, and just so that we don't have that worrying. We're gonna need a lot more of those. I want a stack of them by the end of all this stuff, like just a stack to spare so that I don't have to despair. That was clever poetry, rate 8 out of 8, perfect 5 out of 7, all that stuff. So let's get a bit of this because we are going to need some of the iron. Let's see, copper. You got the copper on our person, so let's craft this up. We're going to need a bit more sand, so let us process some of the sand. Go over there. We'll get some of these plates now, and we'll get all that. We already have the treated wood. I think I have it in here. Yes, so let's grab 2 of that. And I think, what do we need? We need panes and glowstone. I also made a bunch of these oak lamps, so I'm not going to have to worry too much with regards to that. However, one of the drawbacks of the plant, lamps is that I run into them. So they're not as good with regards to torches, as far as that is concerned. And man, is it dark out there. Whew, if only I could sleep. But apparently, sleeping is for the weak. Or maybe I'm just so... That's probably it. I'm probably just so scared about everything coming to eat me or something that's like, nope, I don't want to do any of that. So, get you. These are apparently good light sources as well, but we're also going to make this. So I'm going to put it temporarily here. So let's see. What can we do? So we put a plant in here. We can put fertilizer in here. And I think this is the results. Does this require energy? Yes, it does. It says right there it requires IF. So let us put this instead in this corner. And this is going to be very backwards if I keep that. So let us quickly... let's do this. Because we're going to basically want a ring for our power. And we're going to need our Yeta wrench. Yeta wrench... I should keep all of the stuff that I'm going to need at any given moment right in one particular chest. Because I am going to need the Yeta wrench for a lot of stuff. So let us get all that. So come on. Come to Papa. And we'll just put you in a ring here instead so that you can directly connect to there. Can we rotate you? Or am I going to need to rotate this? Or does this even need power? It said IF. There we go. It needed to be a particular orientation for it to work. So I guess we got that, well, working. And it was suggested that I should put bone meal there, but I'm also going to need a bit of canola, obviously, to jumpstart the process. So we got some canola. Well, we got some canola, which is always helpful. Let's get some of this while I am doing all this. And I will need to move all of that and probably get some more ender lily seeds when I can. Not right now. Anyway, so canola seeds right here. We're also going to need bone meal. So did I already take that out of here? Actually, I think I shoved it in here. Oh, that is a lot of bone meal. Okay, one stack of bone meal, please. Thank you. Throw this in here. Shift-clicking for the win, and throw the canola seed in there. Or does this generate energy? I don't know. Don't think it would. Maybe IF is something completely different that I'm just not getting whatsoever. I can eat canola seeds. That would be a pretty sad sort of affair. So I'm just going to leave this be. It looks like it's growing at a reasonable tick. I'm just going to let that go, see what happens, look at the output at a later point in time. It says there must be upgrades with regards to this so that it can accept energy, because at this point in time it's not. Anyways, let's not worry about that right now. What we should quote-unquote worry about now is our automation of the stuff that we were trying to automate at a previous point in time. So let us get... Oh, this is going to really get me. Let us get our item conduits as well as those, because that will facilitate our conduit expansion into the deeper points of the conduit. Let us stop doing that and just look for the dang things like a normal human being. We might need to make a few more. We'll take the filters just in case. And there you go. Apparently I missed them right off the bat, right out of the gate, and that is proving to be very useful. It's just my normal modus operandi, apparently. But let's not worry about that. We'll probably put the filters there for now. So what do we want to do? We want to automate the production of a bunch of different things. For instance, we need to make gravel out of cobblestone. So to make gravel, we're going to need one sag mill. To make sand out of the gravel, we'll need another sag mill. So let's make 2 sag mills, which is going to require all this stuff. Machine casing, so a bunch of basic capacitors, which is a basic necessity for everything. Let's just do that. I think we have enough redstone that we're not going to have to worry too much about what we're doing. Let's make... I was going to say let's make 4 of those, but apparently I had other plans, or at least that had other plans. Let's just make 1 more of those. We'll need 4 machine casings, I think, so let's just make all of those. Like, we're gonna need... what am I running out of? Did I just not shift-click? No, I'm missing iron plates. I'm missing iron plates. You're funny. Actually, I am gonna be low on iron plates after this, so boop. And gather a bit more of the iron, which I am going to need. I am gonna go through so much iron just crafting all these machines. It is quite amazing. Simply amazing, Chief. And we're going to need our flint. Just get, I'll just wait for those to process. I'm not going to need them right away anyways. And we're going to need a piston, which is going to need iron rods, and of course, planks, because we're going to need something constant with our planks. That was bad, and I do not feel bad. Just make a bunch of those. And now I am happy with my life, especially since I stuck it to the man, apparently. And now we got that. We're going to need also our cobblestone, so let's get a stack of that. Throw that together. We're going to need an iron rod. So how many rods do we have? We'll take 2 of those. Thank you very much. Did I not throw any iron down or something? Did I not? I could have sworn I did. Okay, stick there. Nothing there. Okay, so I mustn't have put the iron down. That is kind of weird, honestly. So let us take that, throw that down. We are going to need some in the future. But anyways, let's get that over with. Get that. And we're going to make 2 of these. So we're also going to need to modify this so that our cobble has a way to go to the rest of the system. So in order to do that, we can probably just do a simple bypass here. That is glass. By the way, that is glass. So let us actually do this the proper way. So there, and there. So basically bring the power... that's not the power. We are not fighting the power. Actually, we don't need power there. We'll just put this here, here, and here. Hope to God I don't fall, because that would be bad. Okay, we got the item going to the capacitor bank. That is also very helpful. And we also... Why am I doing this? Why am I putting it there? The whole point was to put it there, right there, and down a bit. So we are going to need to get out of the way. Boom. And that means, okay, that means this needs to also go down here. So that's connected. This I don't think is necessary. If I broke that, I would have at least had a stair, actually, now that I think of it. And these boots are very, very helpful indeed. So I think what we'll need to do, essentially, is go out like this to get to the rest of the items. And we'll need to Yeta wrench that. So that's out there, and... Extraction insert disabled. Disable the input to that so that we don't need that. And mild lag spike, but what have you, that is what we're going to have to deal with. There we go. And bring this with the rest of the system. Now we basically have a conduit system for all of our earthly needs. At least hopefully. I'm probably missing something here. I am probably missing something with this. Maybe at a later point in time. Maybe I can just throw conduits all over the place. Do you need a conduit? Do you need a conduit? Do you need a conduit? Do you have energy yet? Are you working yet? Are you working yet? Apparently it's not. And that is not helping. Way, you should know better. Let's just get you out of the way and let the plant do its God-given... No, this isn't working. There's no way this is working. I'm gonna probably... Yeah, I'm gonna look up this after starting to set up this system. Okay, sag mill. One of the sag mills is going to be an input for cobblestone, so all it's going to receive is cobblestone. And energy, naturally. That's kind of a secondary thing that it's going to require. So it's going to be insert and output. So the insert is going to be the cobblestone channel. Cobblestone channel is not exactly the most exhilarating, that works. Not the most exhilarating channel in the world, but at least I get by. So we're going to need to have brown, rather, like that. So this should start receiving cobblestone eventually. Is it even on the same channel? No, I don't think I actually routed all that all the way over there. No, I didn't. So let's put that there. Da, 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 da. We are using a lot of conduit, even though we probably do not need it. Yeah. Get rid of that, and I don't think this channel is connected to anything else. So now we are processing cobblestone to make gravel. And I think all we're making right now is gravel. We can up the efficiency by putting like flint, for instance, in there. But I think flint is only one operation. No, it's actually more. Okay, so this makes gravel and sand, in fact. So now we have to think about what type of things we're going to need to input. So basically our brown channel is our cobblestone. So let me write that down. Brown is cobble. Now we need to process this gravel, flint, and sand into other things. So the gravel we're going to want to process into sand as well, but not all of it at the same time. So let's temporarily disable this. Insert disable temporarily, and we're going to want to think about this. Actually, all we probably need to do is just disconnect some part of it. Let's look at this. We'll just active, without signal, never active for now. So until we actually figure this out. We're going to need to put some of the gravel into here. So this might be where we'll want the filter to work. Actually, there's two possibilities. There are two things we can do for this to work. One of them is easy enough. Another one might be a bit convoluted, at least to start with, but it will be equally good. What we can do is have the outputs all go into a central bank and then are sent back into here. Then again, I want this to be a dedicated factory. I don't want it to worry about any of that. So what I'll do is configure this so that it's round robin. So when it's inserting, I think what that'd need though is, okay, let's get the filter in so that we don't dilly-dally. Wait, did I have two filters? Anyways. So whitelist, we'll only want gravel to go in here. So from, dang, I can't do that. We'll want gravel in here, so only gravel can go in here. And basically we'll want it so that the extraction main channel self-feed disabled. We'll want self-feed disabled, and we'll want it round robin so that basically it'll go to either here or its storage, and it should be equal. So it'll feed into here, feed into the storage, feed into here, feed into the storage, etc., etc., and that should be good. So we'll want the extraction to be blue. So blue is going to basically be our main feed line. Because when I set this up in Season 3 of EE Power with the thermal expansion machines, I could directly say sand goes here, gravel goes here, but I'm going to have to be a bit smarter here. So this is going to be blue. It's going to extract that stuff. Now there is also the sand that I have to do. Let's do that. Always active, so we're automatically going to get gravel here. So let's set this to always active, so we'll get the response stuff here. So we'll get sand, sand, and flint from our gravel, which is what we're going to expect. So now we have sand, and we'll have the insert in and out. Extraction is also going to be on the blue, always active, so this will extract to the main network. and this only intakes gravel, but it's going to export all of this stuff. And once again, we'll have the extraction as a round robin, and it's going to be all fine and dandy. So now where does the sand go? The sand needs to go into a few places. Let's look at sand. Uses for sand is that we can sag mill it into silicon. We're probably going to want a fair amount of silicon, but we'll also want, ooh, that's very nice. It's context sensitive. So because I'm in a sag mill, it'll open up the sag mill first. That is pretty darn smart. Anyways, we're going to need this for silicon, but we're also going to primarily need this for glass. We'll need a large amount of glass, so what we'll need for that is a few alloy smelters for all of this. Alloy smelter. And that's going to require a lot of those. So I think it showed 3 furnaces. So 1, 2, 3, that's all fine and dandy. We're also going to we need this, and what are we missing here? We're not missing anything else. We're probably going to need 2 of these. Yeah, we're going to need 2 of these. So let's make another cauldron. Another 3 furnaces. Get rid of that and make that, and there we go. Best part is about this system is I can probably stack them and it'll be a lot better. So there and there. Actually, configure IO. That's only input output. And because we have multiple outputs, that does not help. So we're not going to worry about that type of configuration. So what is this going to need? Before I add power, we'll just add this. What is this going to need? We're going to insert into here, from the blue channel, sand only. So that means we are going to need our filter. It already has sand in there, so that's all well and dandy. We're probably going to need a few more item filters now that I think of it. So sand, right here. Insert sand, and the export is going to need to be on basically our main dumping network. So where we want all of the stuff to go to our sorting, so let's set that as our green. So green is going to be to sorting. So once we get all of that set up, that is going to be very easy to set up. So always active for that so that it's extracting. And I don't think it's already always active. Okay, so sand can go here and only sand once I actually set up that proper filter properly, which will be kind of helpful. There we go, so only sand will go here, and now we can set it to power up, and there we go. So now this is powering up. We're going to get sand from here. Obviously we are draining a lot of energy right now. We don't have any reserves. So we're probably going to want to temporarily disable this from the main network. Is there anything that we can do to disable it? Is this a very roundabout way? Did I make a loop? No, I just made a stupid. Because I could just connect those machines. Man, I did do a stupid there. Let's look at our system and marvel at the silliness. I could just connect it like that. Then again, I was anyways, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, folks. Don't judge me, please. 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 Okay, so we got sand made into glass at a very slow tick. Set it to furnace only, and this is going to take forever, so let's temporarily disconnect it from our main line. We'll reconnect it at a later point in time. How do we reconnect it anyways once we disable that? You can do that. Do I have to... I probably have to look at it from below. This is gonna hurt. Yep. Oh god. I have made a mistake. Mistakes have been made. I will worry about that at a later point in time. Speaking about later point in time, let's fix this, because we have basically been stalling for time, wondering why the heck that isn't working, and we should actually read the gosh darn book on this matter. So where is the immersive engineering book? Probably past it. So immersive engineering, where are you? Book, there's the blueprints. There's the book. There we go. So what was this gosh darn thing that I was trying to make? It was the garden cloche. So garden cloche. Let's look at this. It's a device designed to hasten the growth of plants. It allows even... okay. Accepts power, fluid, and items through its respective... okay. Water and power are always required. Various fertilizers are optional. Features slots for soil and seeds in the middle, fertilizer on the left, and outputs on the right. The hatch on the front of the glass dome is the only automatic output. So that thing right over there is the automatic output. Every seed needs to be paired with the correct soil to grow on, with dirt being automatically recognized as farmland. So that means we're... basically I put this in. This is used instead of dirt, I think. But it's not accepting any energy right now, which is kind of weird. Obviously, this stuff is being absolute pigs with the energy, but let's set these to never active so that we are not wasting cycles. We are going to have to determine where to throw the flint, though I think I might feed those back in to try to put them in this slot. That should be an easy enough thing, honestly. So we're going to need to get water into here. So let's temporarily use the bucket brigade approach. Do we even have any buckets left? I doubt it. No, we had 3 at one point. Yes, we did. Okay, so let's do that. Water. Water for everyone. Throw you in here. Water. Water! What are you doing? Stop! Okay, apparently I can't automatically put the water in, which is kind of unfortunate. Don't know why that is the case, but we will go with this approach instead. So we'll need to get a pump. Ranged pump! I know a pump in order to do that. Ooh. Ender pearl. No ender seed. Oh well. Let us just set this up so that doesn't connect. That does connect. So this is our fluid sorting method. This is so ugly I don't even want to talk about it. In, out, auto extract. Yes, so always active. Now this should be getting water. And now that is working. But it's not getting power. Does it not automatically convert energy? Or is that the power input? Yes, it is. That is the power input. Okay, that is working. It's going to be slow because I am so starved for energy. It is very sad. Very sad indeed. But it does look like it is going to be working at a slow pace indeed. So basically what I'm going to have to do is wait for a bit for this to work. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. It's probably going to take a while for me to reap any sort of benefits, but at least they said it's the people in the comments said that it is a very good form of, well, method to grow this canola. So I can only hope that we are going to get some good benefits from this. So I'm willing to wait a bit. I think I'll give it 5 minutes and come back. Okay, I figured out what the issue was. Apparently, for some reason, the bone meal was going into the dirt slot, which it wasn't supposed to, but it's now growing at a pretty good click. We got 9 canola out of what I was just doing right now, so we are consuming quite a bit of energy, obviously, and the wind power isn't going to be able to handle this. However, once we get our actual power generation going, which I think I'll put over there, I don't think we're going to have any problems with all the stuff that I am going to get. The canola seeds, I think I'm going to want to take all the canola seeds that I get and atomic reconstruct it and maybe do the empowering, etc. that is required in order to beef up the oil, but I think that's going to essentially be something that I will want to look at for the next time, and this will at least work until I run out of bone meal, because I don't have any reliable way right now to get bones other than going out and trying to find them which is probably not going to be the best thing for me to do. Yeah. Or I could use my own bones, because that will always be healthy. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Minecraft Invasion. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. I think I know where I can get bones, and it's kind of chilling. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.